Right, and there's a lot of examples of things that, for example, usually they try to the way that they try to get around actually showing that the mechanisms of evolution can build these machines is just going full circle with their assumptions. I mean, they'll say, well, the ATP synthase is the end result of some evolution or some shared evolution with the hexameric helicases because they tend to share proteins that are homologous. But there are some proteins, some complex proteins that don't share any homology with anything as far as we're aware of in any domain of life, whether eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic, or archaeobacteria, and that would be G protein coupled receptors. And for those that don't know what a G protein coupled receptor is, it's basically a membrane receptor that takes in messages and it regulates, for the immune system, and it's even used for processing light and so on. So it's actually very important receptor that is only found in eukaryotic cells. So the point being is that if the only way that they can try to make their case for the evolution of these structures is by comparing homology, then whether it be with genes or other proteins that are similar to it, with this particular receptor, they cannot. It's very important, and they can't compare homology with any other structure because there's nothing really like it. So, I mean, I agree with you. I think that they've got a lot of problems, especially here in this area, trying to account for what we're seeing inside of the cell, because there's over 1 billion machines inside of the cell. There's so many complex machines that, as far as our knowledge goes, these types of machines have only ever come from intelligent agents. So it's something that they're never going to account for. It's like believing, you wouldn't believe that your car, which has a molecular structure to it, can be produced through the end result of inanimate substances coming together, producing the ore. The ore refines itself and molds itself into shape. So then, you got the engine where it's got to be, and all these other parts where it's got to be. So you have a car having overall function. So why would you believe that something that is far more complex, with over 1 billion machines in it, numerous different chemical processes like signal transduction, electron transport chain, and so on and so forth, why would you believe that something that is far more complex with similar systems and operations somehow came about through some event like abiogenesis, but not believe that your car could be produced through the same way? You see, this is what we were going on about at the beginning of the Hangout. It is a complete refusal to accept reality. It's completely counterintuitive.